After the previous video where we discovered the greatest strategy of all time, you helpful commenters also pointed out other 500 IQ plays to counter the point-and-click adventure. So here are some other interesting things. When I challenged TJ to headshot me, he managed to do it instantly the first time, but completely floundered the next attempt.
Fuck!
We later figured out that you have to shoot the space around his grenades to get a headshot, but even then, it still sometimes failed. So why is it so inconsistent? Unfortunately, TF2 doesn't allow you to permanently display the hit scan hitboxes, so I checked it out in the HLMV. Turns out, it's hard to headshot him, because the soldier bobs his head around so much, and there are even certain frames of his walk cycle where it is completely impossible to headshot him. But of course, this is TF2, so obviously it can't just end there. This time, he is actually completely immune to headshots, even against aimbots. If you call medic while doing the limbo, the soldier manages to bend his head so fucking far back, there are frames in the animation where you can instead headshot him from between the legs. Congratulations to John Doe for winning the International Contortion Convention Championships 2019. There were also several comments about the Machina ruining our plans, and no, it doesn't. It only cares about the first hitbox per player that it encounters. Here is me trying to headshot the soldier from hitting his chest first, which doesn't work. A pretty widespread misconception is that tapping duck will move your hitbox down without visually indicating as such. This is a falsehood as well. When the scout ducks, he places his knee on the ground. If I continuously shoot right beneath his knee hitbox, I should be able to eventually register a hit because he'll duck into it. I tested this for a while and I never managed to get a hit, so evidence seems to suggest that the hitboxes only move once you're fully crouched. You can, however, spin on demand with plus left or plus right and CL yaw speed. TF2 doesn't actually allow you to very smoothly spin quickly, but you can do this weird Doctor Strange twitching instead. On a LAN server, 7k was the highest yaw speed I could use to make the player model freak out the most. When you exceed this number, you spin so quickly that the player model can't keep up and averages out your spins. For Heavy, I forgot to show his minigun animations. He's pretty fucked just unrevved, but when you rev and just look straight up, his elbow nicely blocks his face. The Paro's flare gun animations are ever so slightly different to his shotgun, but ever so slightly better as it causes his hands to be more squarely in the way of his face. Some other interesting things. Pyro has a hitbox for his gas canister, and it bleeds. Spy retains his original hitbox when disguised, so disguising as a Heavy will make headshotting the Spy confusing for most. His head hitbox is actually around the Heavy's shoulder. The next best is Scout, then Soldier, Pyro, Engineer, Demo, Sniper, and lastly, Medic. Finally, there's a silly command that allows you to unlock your view. You might think this doesn't make sense because we're already allowed to look wherever we want. Unfortunately, the patriarchy has deceived you into complacency, as you will hit a glass ceiling if you look up, and there's also a limit to how far you're allowed to look down. This is obviously a cheat command, but if you unlock it, you can adopt the Australian worldview and appear to shoot out your ass.